As you can see, I'm not in my office right now. I'm actually outside. It's about 95 degrees right now and lots of humidity, so it is very hot out here. But I really wanted to get something done, so I'm out here doing this film for you guys. So what I have for you guys is my next project, which is this awesome looking 2006 Volvo XC90. This car I just picked up. I still have my Mercedes in the garage, so I have not got to this car yet. And so I'm gonna get it off the trailer, and that way I can get the Mercedes on the trailer to junk it. So I'm gonna try to get this thing off today. Hopefully it goes smoothly. There was one issue with this car when I picked it up, is that this rear wheel right here is locked up solid and would not move. I figured it was just the brakes from it sitting, but it did not even budge. We had to pull it with a tractor to get it out of the yard that it was sitting in. So I need to take this wheel off and hopefully undo the brake caliper, and maybe that'll do it. The other thing with this car is that I bought it with a blown transmission, so it does not actually drive right now. The battery is dead. They tried to charge it for me, but it was dead. Once I got it home, I did jump it and the engine started right up, no problems. So I don't know if somehow I can limp it into the garage or I'm gonna have to push it. But for the 5 seconds that I looked at it, it goes into gear, and then when you put it back into park, it makes a horrible grinding noise. I'm gonna videotape around the car so you can kind of see what's wrong with it, what kind of shape it's in. So this is a 2006 Volvo XC90. It has 190,000 miles on it. Blown transmission. I got it for $500. It was sitting in the person's yard for over a year since the transmission died, and they got it towed there. They never did anything with it, so I picked it up, $500. This car is really not worth much if I did put a used transmission in it to sell it. So that's why when I looked at the parts, I figured I'm going to part it out. As you can see, it is filthy from sitting underneath trees. Absolutely disgusting. This grill is in the car. It did not look broken, but for some reason it's out. I don't know if they had to get to the hood latch, but I do have it. I think it was this headlight, when I looked underneath the hood, had a broken tab to it. You can see that this bumper is falling apart. This bump, you know, the bumper's sticking out. There's a bunch of damage all the way down the side right here. You know, once again, it's filthy from sitting. This taillight is broken right here. They did have all new tires put on right before the transmission went, so I was excited about that. I might be able to sell these for maybe $500 as it is, and they'll pay for the car. But this car has been sitting on my trailer, and I noticed that this one is flat. So I'm not sure why it's flat. Maybe just moving it broke the bead or something. I don't know if they added air to it or it's just leaked out since I picked it up, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of that. I'm hoping that I can sell these tires for at least a couple $100, if not 500. You can see what the paint looks like on here. Once again, it's pretty gross. The windows, this belt molding is broken. The wheels aren't in good shape themselves. Inside is kind of gross. It does smell in here. There has definitely been mice for sure living in here somewhere, so it is pretty gross. So like I said, if I were to try to clean this up, put a transmission in it, I know I won't get that much money. I will definitely get more money in the parts for it. There's the grill. And I'm not going to sell everything off this car. I'm going to research the best things, easiest things to sell that I can get my money back and make some profit on, and I'm going to junk it as soon as I can and get another car. The Mercedes I have in the garage right now, that car was a lot newer, a lot nicer, so I really tried to take everything that I could off that car. This car is kind of different. I got it for $500. I'm gonna get my money back, maybe try to make $1,000 to $3,000 off of profit off of all the parts, and then I'm getting rid of it. I'm not gonna bother selling the engine. The transmission's junk. I mean, if somebody wanted the engine, and they were gonna come get it locally, and they were gonna give me a couple $100, sure, I take it out, but I'm not gonna actively go about trying to sell that on eBay. An engine from this with 190,000 miles, if I got $500, I think I'd be lucky. So I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna try to sell the bumpers, all the big items. The whole right side, all those doors are all caved in and dented, so I'm not gonna bother with that, you know, selling those big things. But I'm gonna try to sell as much as the easiest stuff I can to make some money and to show you guys what I'm doing. So this is the next project, and I'm gonna take this wheel off right now and see what I can do to try to get that wheel freed up. All right guys, so I just got the wheel off. As you can see, it's completely rusted. I mean, at least this side looks like it's got fairly new brake pads, but obviously all of the rotors and brakes and everything in this are junk. I'll probably just clip the line, take that off. Hopefully this will free up. I'm very surprised it did not move when we pulled it with the tractor. As you can see, it rocks and it's hitting something. So I'm gonna try to pop this caliper off and then dive a little bit deeper in there. All right guys, so it's definitely the e-brake that is holding this up. It's all rusted together. So I'm just trying to rip this thing off. That's the best part about working on these junk cars that you're selling for parts, is it doesn't matter what I do to that. That's not a good part. I'm not gonna sell it, so I can just destroy it trying to get it off. It's not gonna take any value away from the car. I don't have to fix it later. So I always love being able to do that. So I'm gonna just try to rip this thing off, and then the wheel should be free. So I'm gonna go back at it. I finally got it off pretty easily, so obviously it was rusted on there somehow. Now the wheel spins freely, so that's all I needed to do. I'll probably just bolt the caliper back on, leave the brake rotor off so I don't have to deal with that, and then put the wheel back on, and this thing should roll freely from here on in. What's going on, everybody? It's the next day, super hot already. I'm gonna wash this thing up, try to get it as clean as I can. I've been airing it out a little bit to try to get it to smell a little bit better, but I'm gonna clean it up, clean underneath, get all the cobwebs, everything off of it before I bring it in the garage, because once it's in there, it will not be moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up. Hopefully I can get it washed up pretty good, and then I'll get it off the trailer. So I just washed this thing up. It actually looks pretty good, looks pretty decent. I mean, the paint might be messed up, but I got all the grime right off of it, all that tree grime. So it's looking pretty good now. Got that film off. So now I'm going to jump start it. It should fire right up with the battery jumpers. All right guys, so I got the jumper car started. You can see I put the key in, it's dinging. All the lights come on. Starts right up. So the engine still works just fine. The battery's obviously junk. You can see the mice poop all over the place in here, so there's definitely some mice that have been in here. It smells gross. All right, so I got the thing running, it's in drive, and if I put it in reverse, if I put it in park, it makes that awful noise. So I'm gonna put the camera down underneath, hopefully so you guys can hear it better. Alright, so that's what it does. That's why the transmission's junk. It does not go in manual mode, it doesn't move or nothing, so I'm gonna have to winch it down off the trailer. I was hoping maybe reverse would work or something, but I do plan on breaking the transmission apart just to see what it looks like inside, to see if it was a simple fix, a hard fix, whatever it could be. I've never taken a transmission apart and I'm not planning on fixing it. It's just to pretty much show you guys what went wrong with this car. So eventually I will get to that. It might not be anytime soon, but I will do a video on that in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and move some cars around and then get this thing off the trailer. Alright, so that's about it for this video. As you can see, I got it all cleaned up as best I could for now, and it'll stay here until I get the Mercedes out of the garage, and then this one will go in and start getting worked on. I hope you enjoyed the video of me showing you the car, and hopefully you'll want to stick around and see how much we can make off this car. As you know, I got this for 500 bucks. Let's see if we can turn that into $2,000 or $3,000. Make a good profit off of it, and then on to the next one. I'm going to keep making videos about this, showing you what I'm selling, how much I'm making, give you guys an update. So I hope you stay tuned. After this one, I will be getting another car and so on, and I'm going to keep on showing you guys everything that I do. So I hope you like it. I hope you want to stick around. Questions, leave a comment, I'll answer you. And if not, I will see you next time.